What up? This rap is so Pooh Shiesty has some words for Lil Durk.
I reached out for him. I hit India up, told her she can ask me whatever she need. You know what I'm saying? Tell brother call me every time. Like I'm gonna pick up their phone for sure, whatever it is. You know? Yeah. Talk to a couple of his partners. Motivational words I got for him while he been away, like in the same type of predicament I was just in. I just want him to know, like, just stay focused. You know, keep all the distractions. His main focus right now should be like getting back out here, like, you know, stay in that book, order you some books. I recommend one called Busted by the Feds. So he need to get that book for sure. You know what I'm saying? I wrote him a letter right before I came home, like, just like basically on this topic. Like, it's crazy that you asked me that question, but you know, keep his head up, stay motivated. He got the whole world out here, like. He was just winning Grammys before he left. Like, come on, get you some more Grammys. Like, stay focused. Like, it's easy to get caught up in there.
So you see, Pooh Shiesty seems to be a solid individual. I don't really have much of an update yet for what happened with Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane at the point. So it'd be nice to see Pooh Shiesty get his career back going. But if he really is going through it with Gucci Mane, we might not hear from Pooh Shiesty as much because Gucci Mane probably has control over his career, is what I speculated. You know, to the point where, you know, Gucci Mane and his parent label would have pretty much full control over anything Pooh Shiesty releases. They can have takedown orders and everything if Pooh Shiesty tries to put out anything on his own. So he needs to get that resolved so he can get back to it. But with Pooh Shiesty shouting out Lil Durk like that, it shows that Pooh Shiesty is a solid individual. You know, he's trying to let Durk know that, hey, you know what I'm saying, read some books, focus on getting your career back, you know, focus on winning Grammys. I think just put that good energy out there. You know what I'm saying? Think good, think positive. Pooh Shiesty went through what he did, but it wasn't as serious as what Lil Durk's going through. So, you know, it's way two different scenarios with Lil Durk and Pooh Shiesty. But I think it's encouraging to hear, you know, a rapper, you know, stick up for Lil Durk, because you haven't heard too many rappers really, you know, shouting out Durk as much anymore. I mean, you don't see too much free Durk or nothing. Like I don't know, did Young Thug get more love than this? I mean, I think that it's just been pretty quiet when it comes to Durk and, you know what I'm saying, him getting any support from other rappers while he's been locked. And, you know what I'm saying, Pooh Shiesty just is letting them know, hey, you know what I'm saying, get you know what I'm saying, take this time to really focus and get your stuff together, you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do to, you know, get your life back and figure it all out. I know, like, I would think that at this point, Durk probably does not want to be focusing too much on reading books, but I guess Pooh Shiesty saying, like, that's really the only time. I guess it's his way of saying, like, it's probably best that you kind of just, you know, accept your reality at this point and just kind of, you know, make the best of it. In other words, you know, just kind of, instead of trying to, you know, don't flip out too much, don't crash out, don't get too down. I think Pooh Shiesty saying just kind of focus on, you know, keep yourself cool, be cool at this point, and, you know, try to focus on that, you know, getting out of there, getting your career back, try to make it out of there, you know, the best you can. I think he already knows that, but it's good. I think Durk already knows this stuff, but it's good to hear. I know, like, you know, Pooh Shiesty's words of encouragement, I think, could go a long way for Lil Durk to hear and to know that people still got his back out here, you know. Durk has an uphill battle. There's been updates on his situation. They're saying that people are telling on him. Like, they're saying his crew, I don't know how many people are going to fold on him and tell, because I'm hearing Vonnie. The people are saying Vonnie probably gonna be telling on him. Most likely. I mean, it's looking pretty suspicious if Vonnie's gonna tell or not, but they're saying that I'm hearing from my sources that Vonnie is taking a 21-year deal. A 21-year deal to tell on Durk. Instead of getting life, they're saying you can get out in about 20 years, basically. I'm hearing something about 300 months. Some people are saying, whatever that is. I don't know why people say stuff like that. 300 months. Like, what am I supposed to do? Get a calculator out? Like, 300 months? Why aren't we just talking years? Like, say, like, 20.5 years or 20 point, you know, anything like that would be so much easier to decipher. But people be talking about, you know, the court system. I think they always be like months and talking about 400 months or 30 months. And you know, it's like, what is that? You know, I mean, you can do the math sometimes, but it's just like, dang, that's hard to break down as easy. Like, so Vonnie, basically, I'm hearing something about anywhere from 200 to 300 months, which comes out to about what I'm hearing is about 21 years or so. He'd be home around 49 years old, is what I'm hearing. He was pretty much seen as a mastermind, and you know, the feds was gonna really make him do a large amount of time, just like Durk, because you know, he's pretty much seen as the one who orchestrated the whole thing, took the crew to go get the mask and the whippings and organize the entire thing, and he was going to take a brunt of the time, pretty much life, I guess, if he gets convicted. And the feds are saying, hey, just tell us who did this, you know, explain to the jury that Durk was behind everything, and then we'll let you out of here. Instead of doing life, you can do like 20 years. Which is still a lot of time, but it's, you know, at least you got an out date. I guess he's looking at it. So, Vonnie, you know, it looks like he's probably, but most people are saying he's going to flip, and others might flip as well, is what I'm hearing too. So, not only will Vonnie potentially flip, but now we're hearing, who knows what other members might flip. They're saying that Durk might have put a bag on, well, more details are coming out saying that he might have put $1 million out on Quando. They didn't even get the right guy. And then Durk said that in the song, you know what I'm saying? He wants the one he paid for and all that. So I don't know if Durk was really crashing out like that over King Von, but I think that if he was, he just probably should not have done that. I really don't think he should have done that. I think that Durk should have focused on putting on for Chicago. You know what I'm saying? He was at his peak. You know, he wasn't necessarily even at his peak, like, because his career had ups and downs over the years. So there was times when, you know, he wasn't as popular. Then he boosted back up when he got back with Von, when he linked up with Von. He boosted his career back up. So, and then it went to higher levels than ever before, really, than even before. So with his first Def Jam deal, that was a peak, and then he went down after that, and then he went back up. So you never know where Durk was going to end up landing. Like, with his career, he had potential to go even higher. I mean, I just think that he fumbled the bag. If he really crashed out like that over King Von, I just think that he shouldn't have nothing to do with that. Anytime anybody from his gang might have been talking about Von, you know, get back, I think he should have just not said anything. Don't have those type of discussions. You never know who's trying to set you up. You never know who was wearing a wire. You know, so I think he should have been real smart about this, and just any talk like that, even if you think you're in the privacy of being around your gang, I just think that he should have just kept his mouth shut and not, you know, he should have been smart about all that and not let nobody trick him out of his bag. Not had nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not sure if Durk did this or not to this point, to this day. I always wanted to think that Durk was smarter than this. Maybe he's getting jammed up. To me, I just feel like, I know his lawyer is going to be more like trying to go after the credibility of the witnesses. So if people like Vonnie is saying Durk did it, the lawyer is going to be like saying, hey, this dude just wants to get out of jail. He's not credible, you know. But then if somebody else collaborates and, you know, confirms what Vonnie was saying, or, you know, I don't know. It's just like the more witnesses they have, the worse I think it is for Durk, especially if they can like really put pieces of the puzzle together with their stories and their testimony that would make sense and could be verified, things like that, you know, that really would make their story, you know, make sense to the jury and believable. Even if Drew Finley tries to poke holes in some of their testimonies, if their testimony holds up because of the things they're saying, makes sense, and, you know, paints the whole picture, then I think Durk, you know, Durk's gonna have an uphill battle trying to get out of this. But I just really feel like when it comes down to it, when you got criminals testifying, I just don't know if that's gonna hold as much weight as the feds are expecting it to. Plus, with the Drew Finley has a lot of tricks up his sleeve with the false lyrics that were presented to the grand jury, and they have an issue with the prosecutor who brought the case. They're saying that he wasn't properly sworn in, so they got a lot of tricks up their sleeve when it comes to this Durk case. Durk's ready to go to trial now. Sounds like he's not going to get to trial till about April, the end of April. So a couple more months. They say he's out the solitary confinement now. So he's he's going to be in court probably, what's that? So all of February, all of March, and then the end of April. That's going to be a long 3 months. And then hopefully it doesn't get pushed back anymore. I know, you know what I'm saying? At this point, Durk's hoping that it doesn't get pushed back anymore. Durk's ready to go and find out his fate. He thinks he can beat this. I think he has the attitude like he got this. So, hey, little Boosie, he had a similar charge, but it wasn't a federal charge. Boosie had, you know what I'm saying, they said he might have put a bag on someone, and he was facing that. It sounded like it was pretty similar, but it was a state charge in Louisiana. But beating the case in Louisiana sounds pretty tough as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily that much different, but like they said, the feds are much better at prosecuting cases than the state. So, but Boosie was able to beat his charge. You know what I'm saying? He's able to beat his serious charges and ended up getting out, getting off and getting back to the free world. So we'll see. I mean, rappers with good lawyers, sometimes they have a better chance than your average, definitely than your average person that can't afford a lawyer. They're calling Drew Finley $1 billion lawyer. So I think this is the right person for the job, because he's going to really be fighting back hard. And, this ain't just like a lawyer that an average person can purchase to fight for you. So I think, you know what I'm saying, I'm really thinking that whether Durk did it or not, he has a good chance at this point. He has a much better chance than the average person, at least. I would estimate I wouldn't be surprised if he walks and he comes home and beats his charges at this point, because I just wouldn't be surprised. I think it could go either way, though. I think it's more like at this point, it's almost pretty much close to 50-50, I would say. It could be either way. That verdict could go either way. And I wouldn't really be surprised either way. If he gets found guilty or if he walks, I would be, because that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting it to be, it could go either way at this point. So let me know let me know what you think his chances are of coming home in the comment section. In percentage-wise, you think less than 50%, more than 50% chance of coming home, less than 50% chance of coming home? What do you think? Right now, just, I can't call it either way. I just think he has a good shot. I think he has a good chance, better than normal. I just think that a lot of the charges are kind of more like the feds looking at him as a criminal rapper. I think they're exaggerating his, I think they're exaggerating is what it seems like. And that could come back to bite them, because it's not as honest. It doesn't seem as honest when they're making him out worse than he actually, I believe he is. Whatever his involvement was, if any, I think the way the feds painted the picture of him, I think it's just kind of over the top. So, yeah, that's about it for today, y'all. Let's get about 100 likes on this video. Make sure you subscribe, follow rappers on social media and all that. Check out my members only videos. You can become a YouTube member for only $1 and check out all my members only videos. I'm out. Hit that like button, subscribe.